Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? In today's ASMR video on this Maps channel, we're going back to our core basics, which are looking at flags of the world. And I know you love a quiz, so I'm not even going to do much with this book, which was the Phillips World Atlas. We've used it many times on this channel. I'm just going to basically stick on this page and I'm going to quiz you on different flags of the world. And for those of you who are not watching but you're just listening as you relax and close your eyes for sleep, I'll do an explanation of the flag for you. Okay, so for example, and no peeking. This flag is a white background with a red cross through the middle of it. And in each of the preceding white corner parts, which is now, this cross is now created, there is a red cross in each of those. So there's a red cross in the middle, and in the white sections in the top right, bottom right, top left, bottom left, each of them also have a red cross. 3, 2, 1. This is Georgia. Georgia. Can I tell you any facts off the top of my head about Georgia? Georgia is in the Caucasus, which is where our word Caucasian comes from. The Caucasus is, let's see if I can show you, it's this part of the world. Here's Georgia. So the Caucasus Mountains are here, the southern tip of Russia, and then you've got here Georgia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Turkey, and Iran, which meet at that section there, the crossroads between Asia and Europe. And its capital is Tbilisi. Okay, what about, let's do, oh, that's a tricky one. Okay, go then. This is very tricky. So the flag has got two vertical red, not vertical, excuse me, horizontal red stripes, but they are actually smaller than the white stripe across the middle of the flag. So you've got a red at the top, which is thin, a thick white vertical stripe, and then a thinner red vertical stripe. And there's a golden crest in the middle with an emblem. Now I don't think I would have known this. So good luck. 3, 2, 1. Now this is French Polynesia. Which is an island in Oceania. 30 to 31. But I'm thinking it's actually a part of France, is it not? We'll find out, because it should say. Tuvalu, Solomon Islands, New Caledonia, Tonga, Niue, American Samoa, Wallis and Futuna, Fiji, Phoenix, there's Kiribati. I can't even see it, to be honest. Interesting. So I can't even find it. It's got Fiji, Samoa, Tonga, Tahiti. Now Tahiti Is Tahiti the other way of... I've unlocked a memory in my mind. I'm going to have to look this up. Hang on a second. Well, I just learned something. So Tahiti is an island here, but this is French Polynesia. So it is all part of France. I didn't realise Tahiti was a part of France. It does actually say Tahiti, brackets, France, which is the clue. But yes, this is I think this is the island of Tahiti. The capital is Papeete. So that is French Polynesia. Learn something new every single time I do a video. Okay, let's do another one. Ooh, let's do this one. Okay, so we have a red flag. And the only thing extra about this is a golden, almost sun in the middle of it. With, I can't quite make out what's going on in that sun. Give me a second. There we are, you can see now. I'm actually looking more at the video than I am at my finger. I can't really make out what's going on there. It's like two intersecting objects in a golden sun. And that's it, that's the flag. What do you think? 3, 2, 1. Kyrgyzstan. Now, Kyrgyzstan is located in the center of Asia. Here. We can see the largest of the Central Asian countries, Kazakhstan, although it isn't as highly populated as you would think. Uzbekistan, the second largest in landmass, is... actually, I think Turkmenistan is the largest, second largest in landmass, but Uzbekistan is pretty large. It has the larger of the populations, though. Kyrgyzstan is here. And as you can see, there's some very messy borders going on here. Tajikistan is also here. So these countries, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan and Kyrgyzstan, all speak Turkic languages, very closely related to other languages, particularly in Kazan, but also in Azerbaijan and Turkey. However, Tajikistan does not. Tajikistan just speaks a form of Persian from Iran. So Iran, the languages spoken there are Persian, and it can also be called Farsi, not Iranian though. And Farsi or Persian is also spoken in parts of Afghanistan and Tajikistan. But yeah, in Tajikistan it is written, I think probably majority of the time it's written in the Cyrillic alphabet because of its association with the Soviet Union in the past and Russian. It has some Russian words in it, so it's understandable to people in Iran, but it's written not in the Arabic alphabet, which Persian is, but instead in the Cyrillic alphabet, which Russian is. Okay, next one is going to be, let's have a little look here. Okay, let's do this one. So it's a difficult one to describe. It's not really like many other flags in the world. You've got this vertical stripe, which actually kind of becomes a triangle to the left-hand side. So there's a black triangle, and then there's this green border of the triangle that goes to the right-hand side as a horizontal stripe in green. And then above the green stripe is red, and below it is blue. And the green stripe also has a border. I think the border is in gold or white. I can't remember. I'll try and zoom in as far as it'll go. I think it's white on here. Oh, I see, yes. So it's white there, but it's gold around the black part there, that's it. They have a lot of colours. Okay, 3, 2, 1. South Africa. Named so helpfully to allow you to find it easily on a map. So South Africa, let's have a quick look at the contents page. Central and Southern Africa, 28 to 29. South Africa is a beautiful country. Lots of mountain ranges, lots of coastline, and beautiful nature. It's interesting in the fact that it's got several capitals, I think 3. Is it Cape Town? And then I want to say Pretoria and Johannesburg, but I might be a little bit wrong. It's hard to tell. I can never remember it. I really should have remembered it by now. I did do a video on South Africa. I got a road map of South Africa if you want to check that video out. You can look for it on my channel. Durban's over here. Maybe Durban is one of the capitals as well. But yeah, it's a very large country, and it's quite famous because it completely surrounds the little country of Lesotho. It doesn't completely surround the country of Eswatini, because Mozambique has its east side, but Lesotho is an sort of enclave. Or maybe it's an exclave, no, I don't remember. But yeah, it's a country that's completely landlocked, just by South Africa. I'm thinking of other countries that have similar things like this, and I think it's just off the top of my head. San Marino in Italy, which is landlocked by the same country. So, not landlocked with 2 borders, but completely surrounded by just 1 country. If you can think of any others, then let me know in a comment. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I think this one's going to be a bit tricky for you. So we have 2 triangles. So there's one from the left-hand side in red with a black border, as sort of, I don't know what you call this, an isosceles triangle in yellow, and then the rest of the flag to the right-hand side is just this nice bright green colour. So it's got like 2 triangles, and then the rest is green. It's a tricky one, do you know it? I deliberately picked it because it's difficult. 3, 2, 1. Guyana. But where is Guyana, do you know? I will show you. It's in South America, 46 to 47. So this is, I can zoom out a little bit. Well, actually I'll stay zoomed in for a second because you can see it easier. So this is Venezuela, Colombia, or Colombia, and then we have Brazil, massive, massive Brazil. The Amazon rainforest around the Amazon River, which flows through this continent. So we can see here Suriname, which is an ex-Dutch colony, French Guyana, which is a part of France, just like Tahiti is. So this is technically France, it's not an independent nation, squeaky map. And then we have Guyana, which is an ex-British colony, and the capital is Georgetown. Look, Georgetown. So yeah, most people think South America speaks Spanish. The largest country in South America is Brazil. They speak Portuguese with a particular accent, it's Brazilian Portuguese. And of course the funny thing is there are more Brazilian Portuguese speakers in the world than Portuguese speakers. By a long way. Brazil is one of the top 10 most populated countries in the world. I think it might be. Oh, side quest, I'll come back to that. It's not. It's less than the US, but it is very big. And for land mass is also one of the largest. Although no one actually lives, no one, but very few people actually live in the central of the country, Manaus being the exception on the banks of the river. Yes, all of these countries do speak Spanish, but they speak French. They speak, amongst other things, a form of Dutch, as well as some local indigenous languages. And Guyana, I believe, apart from indigenous languages, they would also speak English as well. Okay, side quest unlocked. What's the population of Brazil? China number 1. Oh no, this is inaccurate nowadays because of the change. India is now number 1 for population. US is 3rd, Indonesia 4th, Pakistan 5th, Nigeria 6th, and Brazil is 7th. 213 million. It's written in a very odd way, but population in thousands, so they've put, this should be 1 billion, shouldn't it? Yeah, so this is 238, 219 million, 213 million. But in terms of size of the country, obviously Russia is number 1. Then number 2 is Canada, I believe, which doesn't make it on here because its population is relatively small. And then 3rd, USA is China. USA first, then China, then Brazil. Let's try and find a bigger one. We need to find one larger than 8. Canada on 9. So this again is very weird. Area in 1,000 kilometers squared. So 9,000 thousand. And yeah, I don't think. Oh, Australia is 7. Yeah, okay. That is that. So Brazil, very high up there. Was it 4th or 5th? Okay, let's continue. Where to next? Oh, okay, let's go here. Okay, so zoom in very. Oh, there we are. So we've got like a box structure, because this has got 4 boxes. Top right is red, bottom left is blue. The other 2 are white. In the top left box, which is white, there is a blue 5-pointed star, and in the bottom right, which is white, there is a red 5-pointed star. Answer in 3, 2, 1. Panama, where the canal is. In the language they speak there, Spanish, the accent's on the A, so it's actually Panama. So, going back to the Americas then at the end of the book, you can actually see it on this page that we were on, because Panama here borders with Colombia. So some people argued that Panama, for those of us that believe that South America is one continent and North America is a second continent, even though they are joined, then the case is that Panama is a transcontinental country. In other words, it touches both And arguably you could say that maybe parts of Panama are in South America and other parts are in North America. Panama's capital is the city of Panama, I believe. Panama City, La Ciudad de Panama. And it's in this beautiful position where the Caribbean Sea is one side and then the Pacific Ocean is the other, meaning its shores are washed by two separate seas. And obviously it's practically on the equator as well. Where is the equator? The equator's there. So it's just above the equator, so very warm all year round. Basically only 2 seasons, wet and dry, but always hot. Okay, got time for 1 or 2 more. Let's do this one. Okay, so it's a flag with 3 horizontal stripes. The top one is yellow, bright yellow. The middle one is a green, and the bottom one is red. I'm just going to zoom in here just slightly for you to see it. There we are. Yellow, green, and red. But there are no markings or anything else on it. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Lithuania. Now I was very careful to say there was no marks on it, because if you just look 2 flags down, we have Myanmar, which is basically the same flag almost. It's got different dimensions. Look, it's actually thinner and longer than Lithuania, because all flags aren't technically the same size, you see. But Myanmar used to be called Burma, has a 5-pointed white star in the middle. That's quite crucial. Let me show you Lithuania. Lithuania is in... Now I always get confused between the words Baltics and Balkans. The Balkans is the south part, and the Baltics are the north. And there's an expression in British English, I don't know, I doubt strongly that you can say it in American English. You can say it's Baltic out there, which means it's extremely cold, because this part of the world is quite cold. We can see here these 3 countries, Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania. Lithuania used to be a massive country, and at one point was in a sort of union with Poland. But over time it's become this much smaller country. Lithuania, capital of Kaunas, I think. And it's got access to the sea. And its neighbours are Latvia. I think the languages are similar between Lithuania and Latvia. They're 2 very old European languages, very old, but not with Estonia, which has a linguistic tie to Finnish and, weirdly, Hungarian, although they're not. Certainly Hungarian's not understandable, but parts of Finnish and Estonian are understandable to one another. If you are Lithuanian or Latvian, tell me in the comment section, can you understand each other? I don't think I can get it. Let's see if I can get slightly more zoomed in. Now this is the Balkans around here. Ah yes. So here we can see Scandinavia and the Nordics. Finland, this is Russia, and then Russia's borders with Belarus, Ukraine, Estonia, Latvia, but not here with Lithuania. But curiously, this exclave of Russia, Kaliningrad, does border with Lithuania and with Poland. Okay, and on that note, I think we'll call it quits. I hope that you've learned a couple of new flags and some new facts about the different countries that we've spoken about today. And more than anything, I hope you found this video relaxing. Do the usual things. If you enjoyed it, click like, leave a comment, particularly if you have an answer to any of the questions that I asked. Do subscribe if you haven't already, and of course join me on Patreon. I'm getting so many people join up recently, thank you so much. Early access to every single video on this channel, and extra videos every month to look forward to. Thank you so much everyone, take care, and I will see you again very soon.